So you remember these people, one smart green founder from Greater Than, Karl Bohman, SaltX, Thomas Öström from Climeon, and the head of the International Business Development Unit of Swedish Energy Agency, Mikael Fjällström. And this is our topic. We really want to discuss, are we going to find any unicorns that are pretty smart and pretty green, made in Europe? And I think I invited you on the panel because you may be one candidate, Karl. Tell us a little bit why you think that SaltX has the potential to grow really big.
I think because we address such a huge market opportunity. I mean, energy storage is the key success factor for the transformation to renewable. And we have invented a unique technology that is patented already, that has been proven in small scale, now being proven in large scale, to become the most cost-effective energy storage technology in the world. So I think that is the reason why we are such an attractive investment and also have the possibility to be the unicorn.
Yeah, and you are actually listed here on NASDAQ.
Yes.
And you did the listing in a special way.
Yes.
Somebody told me it was not a typical listing.
No.
What was special about it?
Well, it was a reverse takeover, an existing company that already had 5,000 shareholders, and we sort of took it over and then did the private placement.
Yeah. But now you have an amazing market cap, right? I think it's very similar to the one of PowerCell, around 186 million. Maybe it changed a little bit up or down during the last few days.
Yeah.
What is the reason why you have this kind of really big market cap? I think it's amazing. What is the reason, do you think, for this?
The technical answer is that we have high trading volumes. Every day we trade at the same level as the people like Skanska and H&M on the main board. But because people are so interested, and then we have a good news flow, and we have a lot of new interesting collaborations and partnerships that we come out. So we're not, creating these news. These are real deals that we make, which is also.
And you did a couple of recent announcements, right?
Yeah.
A new customer win in China,
Yeah.
or what were the latest highlights that you announced?
That was exactly 2 weeks ago when I was returning from China. We signed an LOI with the third largest wind turbine manufacturer after Vestas and Enercon. And when that day the share price went up 35%. And then before that we had some other good concentrated solar partnerships.
So you have a really responsive shareholders.
Yes, I think so.
Here's a lot. Why do you think that Greater Than can grow and become a really big company in the future? I mean, you are active in a large market, the insurance market for cars. There are many cars on the planet, right?
Yeah, that's right. I think we do approach for the traditional market, as you say, insurance, and it hasn't really changed for over 100 years. And now when we come with a new model and then this technology with artificial intelligence, the insurance companies is a large value. But I think the most important is our customers, like our approach with the insurance that you just pay when you use the car. I think the reason is that we will success is that we can increase and scale this fast now. We have a platform, for a car insurance company today. The only thing they need to do is to add in the pricing model to the platform, and then can be like digital in a few weeks. And I think that will be something that we see it already, that car insurance companies like that we can help them get digital, and with this knowledge we have to calculate risk in real time, it's really a large value to them, and together with a customer proposition.
Thomas, you told me before that soon you will announce an ITF. What is an ITF?
An ITF is an intention to float. I cannot say when and where, but it will be soon. So I will be a little bit of a politician today, because there are so many things that I would like to say, but I cannot say. But soon I can say it.
Okay. Sounds very secretive, doesn't it? But tell me about Climeon, and I mean, you have a good friend, he's called Richard Branson. We saw him in the video that you played during your pitch.
Yeah.
But what is actually the reason why Climeon can become a really big player in this market? And I think you are not the only heat power company. We had a couple of them on stage, different approaches.
Yeah.
But what makes you a really well-positioned one?
Yeah. I think first we have a proven technology that is a real disruptor. I heard it so many times, and I really believe it. That's how it is. On top of that, we have really good blue chip customers that we have already from the beginning. We already have, I think, over 350 million in the backlog. So we have a truly great start. And I think one of the core part we have followed throughout this company is that no one will buy this because it's green. You have to stand on your own feet and be able to deliver something that gives a real customer value.
Economic value.
Yeah, we were actually in the beginning willing to take the company down if we didn't succeed with that. We followed it up every board meeting in the early days, and this paid off. It has pushed us to a level where we are very, very satisfied.
Mikael, a personal question to you. You are actually with the Swedish Energy Agency for a long period of time. How many years?
20 years now.
20 years,
Yeah.
okay. And you are one of the guys who started the startup investment activities.
10 years ago, yeah.
10 years ago. Can you, because the Swedish Energy Agency sounds like public money, the Swedish state doing something good for the energy industry, but tell us a little bit how you decided to support startups and how you got going 10 years ago.
Yeah, we took in a lot of impression from the VCs at that moment, and at that moment the clean tech sector was very interesting for the VCs, and it was a lot of VCs here in Stockholm and in Sweden, and we was looking at startups in the clean tech sector. So we took a lot of impression from them, and we have used nearly the same process as they use. So that's why I think it's one of the reasons that we have 13 companies here today, and as I said in this morning, we have 11 companies listed. So I think that's one of the reasons. But on the other hand, we are a government agency, and you might think that we have done too good result because we are going to take risk. And we have too few companies that have gone to bankruptcy, I think.
Are you actually becoming shareholders in the companies you support? No, it's grant money,
we are using loans, yeah.
Soft loans?
Yeah.
Mainly soft loans. Who received the soft loan? You? Okay. Well, that's is it a coincidence or
more
not?
In the room?
I think soft loans are just super beautiful, aren't they? Yeah. But really, really important work. And there's one company that is not here today, but they pitched at one of our past events in Berlin, Voltaics.
Yes.
Coming out of Lund.
Great company, yeah.
And I think they just announced a $21 million funding round, and probably the last one before was 17. So in your portfolio, and this is a non-listed startups that has raised like Exeger already 40 million plus. So these are really global players, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And
so we have the result is too good, I think.
And Karl, what is so nice about being a Swedish startup and being here in Stockholm in order to bring this innovation to a global market? What is this business location and this environment like that is really helping you build your startup in a faster way, in a smarter way, and brought you into this level where you are now?
It's a great place for entrepreneurs to start a business. I started a few previous companies here, and there's a really good mentality among young people here. There are so many big success stories like Skype and Spotify to look up to, and this has really helped to attract the entrepreneurial talents. And I think the only thing that we lack perhaps is the housing and the right incentive program structure. That's the main challenge to attract new talent, and that's a big problem actually if you're going to grow fast like we are. And we are looking also in the energy storage sector outside. We just hired a guy from Berlin and one from Oslo, so it's not super easy to find us. I mean, Thomas here is recruiting all the best ones at the current.
How many employees do you have?
We're 25 now.
25.
But we're hoping to grow to 35, 40 soon.
Is it easy or difficult to find talent here in Sweden?
In general, it's okay. It's good. But like I said, now it's not in our sector super easy. But in general, I think we're competing with startups in the IT and app sectors, and they are vacuum cleaning the whole market for these talents. So.
Do you actually have a stock options program implemented in your company?
Yes, but I don't think it's very effective, unfortunately.
No?
No.
Why?
It's easier when you're listed. It was much more difficult when you're private. But now when we're listed, there is a real value to the stock options that you can point to. But
Lieselot, you have a stock options program?
No, not really. So our employees, they buy their own stock. So yeah.
Okay, because they just
I mean,
believe
the
in your
program. The
company.
program is the system for the program in Sweden haven't been really good. So we have take advice from other that have added this program, and it have not been really good success. So we do in other ways to attract our employees. I would say, as you mentioned, there are people out there, and to us, I think they are very attracted to what we're doing. They work with high-end technology. They work with a product that people understand, but it's something that is incredibly new. So they really like to be part of doing this journey with us. And as we now growing very fast and get out to the international market, and we had a really young team. I mean, we employ a lot of people between 25 to 27 years old, and they have great fun. And I think that atmosphere is very important to attract right people to the company.
And Thomas, are you already having a stock options program or planning something?
We
similar?
have always have that. One core part has been making sure that every one of the employees, of the core employees, either have shares or stock options. So I think there are many bonus programs and such, but I don't like them because they tend to build walls between departments. We had one question at home saying that, okay, should we have a bonus program for sales? Well, then the technology guy said that we have built such a good system that you don't even need salespeople. So
wow.
I think the key is that there is only one key performance index in the company, and that's company valuation, because that one is summarizing everything. Including everything from brand to technology to how we do perform at sales and so on. So because of that, we decided to keep all programs connected to company value.
And soon maybe the market is setting your valuation, right?
That's correct.
Do you think an IPO is a must-have for you in order to fulfill your vision?
Yeah.
Or could you do it
The
in
reason
another way?
is the following. I can take the example with Branson. Branson came to Sweden and decided almost immediately that this is a good thing from a technical perspective and also from a money-saving perspective. Then we entered, I think, 4 or 5 months really tough due diligence, because these are large investments. They need to trust that we will be there for a lifetime. And it's also, on top of that, a big investment. As a private company, it's tough because you have sort of a big shelter around you. So we have never had problem to get money, but what we need is trust among our customers. We believe that it will accelerate even further sales. That's the reason.
How important is internationalization, entering new international markets for your company?
Very, very important. I think it's the new concept that I presented here at stage is the SaltX Labs, which is going to put us on all 3 continents in 2 years, I hope, not only virtually but also physically, because you need to have people everywhere that is creating new products around our SaltX energy storage. We want to become the Intel inside of energy storage, so we can't just sit here in Stockholm and think we can come up with all the ideas. There's a big innovation power in this, and it's going to be unstoppable, I think. And it's very important to go global immediately.
So do you call yourself already a global startup?
Yes.
Yeah?
We have customers already.
In how many countries?
At least a handful or even a dozen. I mean, on all continents, so we need to be closer to our customers. So the labs idea is a way to get closer.
And Lieselot, are you as international as you have to be, or as you would like to be already?
No, for sure, we like to expand even more.
Yeah.
But we have like clients maybe in like 20 countries, but for sure we would like to grow there and find right partners to distribute our new service that we launched this March with the insurance. And but it seems like we approaching these markets very well, and we will see that it's a huge interest on all markets or all companies we have contact with. And so yeah, it's important for sure. Sweden is too small to make this company large enough. I mean, we be building something large here. We not want to just have a small company here in Sweden.
And Thomas, how international is Climeon as of today?
We have a pre-study in India. We have the first system in Japan. We have the cruise ship market in Miami. We have Iceland. So 5 countries roughly, and it's actually part of a very thought-out strategy. We selected it because we believe that these are the countries that is the easiest. You should look for quick money for the customers and also quick money for us, and a good driver. And there are a few key elements that you have to look at, and we have selected these, and also US we are also moving into, but and eventually we might reconsider on some of them and also continuously evaluate. But of course, it's a global company.
And you are actually a hardware company. You claim that your hardware is quite small, quite compact, but for some people it's a big piece of hardware. It's bigger than the hardware that Lieselot is using, or the little tube that you showed. So what is your manufacturing strategy at the moment, and how do you think it will change over time?
It's a constant question, when you manage to manufacture. So we felt that this would come already a couple of years ago. So we started to screen basically all over how to manufacture. We like to build sort of an ecosystem together with other companies. We have our core, and others are much, much better at manufacturing. So we ended up with a company called Mastek in Vaggeryd, Småland. They made Ericsson space stations. They are doing advanced systems for Tetra Pak, Atlas Copco, and they have actually invested themselves in it's a 6,500 square meters epoxy floor, big cranes in the roof, and we have started to roll out machines through that factory. So we have right now a production capacity of 2,500 units per year, so it's enough.
Okay. And what is your manufacturing solution at the moment? Who's making your fantastic SaltX tubes?
Well, so we integrate the salt component in our customers' products, so they are manufacturing the products. We are not selling the products, the end products, but
only the salt?
Yeah, the salt, but the salt we can buy from any bulk supplier or chemical company, and we just started this process of upscaling and finding the right supplier for that when we talk about millions of tons. Now we prepare all these salts in our lab, but it's not going to be enough in 1 year, I think.
Okay, so you're actually looking for some new partners when it comes to manufacturing and scaling.
Yes.
And is it easy for you to find them? Because I understand it's quite a new technology, and very often that's a problem. To define a manufacturing strategy when you invent a new technology, it's very hard to find these manufacturing partners who understand this new technology and who want to take a risk making it, right, on your behalf. It's this a challenge for you?
We don't think it's super difficult for someone like BASF or Dow Chemicals or someone in that
They
industry.
could be a good partner.
Yeah, because they deal with this chemistry all the time, and the way we protect this is by our strong patents. So we're not afraid of giving the secret recipe. It's like the Coca-Cola, but you can't give it to everyone. You can give it to one or two.
Mikael, one of your specialties is internationalization, right? And you have started several initiatives to help your portfolio go international.
Yeah. And we, as you said, we're also working with partners in different countries because we can't be everywhere. So that's why. And for example, in India we have CII, the Confederation of Indian Industry, and in Silicon Valley we use Business Sweden. So in Germany we're using the Tysk-Svenska Handelskammaren. I don't know what it is in English. I don't know.
German-Swedish.
Yeah.
Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, Chamber of Commerce, yeah. So, but you forgot to ask me about the Swedish Energy Agency's bonus program.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm asking you. Tell us about it.
We have none.
Oh, okay. You don't even need it.
It would be very nice to have because all of these good companies that you have shown us today. So,
but for example, I learned the employees of your agency are not allowed to invest in listed companies in your portfolio, right?
yes, that's right. Yeah.
But some of them are investing in other listed companies that are also quite smart and green, but outside of your portfolio.
Yeah. That's right.
And why
but
why
all
don't
of the
you
companies that are good in Sweden are in the portfolio, so it's hard to invest.
Is it fair for your employees to not be able to participate in these great stories?
It's not fair, no.
Are you planning to change this kind of rule?
No. I
No?
can't.
Even if it is unfair, I don't get it. Yeah. And let me ask you, do you have many foreign governments coming to you to learn from your success story of boosting the Swedish energy and startup community?
I would say none.
Why not?
I don't know. Ask them.
Okay. We have some Germans in the house, right? From Germany Trade and Invest. Maybe they can tell us. Okay, a final question for you. You can't talk about your own company. So who are the very promising Swedish unicorns of the future? Which startups are really hot in your point of view outside of your own company? Just everybody has to
No,
give
but Climeon and Greater Than, and also Exeger, which were supposed to be in this panel. I think they are definitely potential unicorns.
Exeger is a hot bet?
I think so.
Yeah. Lieselot?
I must say I have the opportunity to really travel around with these guys, both in San Francisco and China, and together with Swedish Energy Agency. And I mean, the program Swedish Energy Agency and Invest Stockholm and so on help us with to grow very fast, I would say. Although these guys I hang around with, they will be all unicorns. I think it's really great.
Okay, and Thomas?
Yeah, I can only agree. I think the future, if you look at energy, is one of them is renewable baseload. That's where we are in. You will find part in intermittent renewables where you have solar and wind, and here we also have a few companies in Sweden, as you have said, that also have a really good chance. And then you have balancing and storage, and then you get to, and I believe that you need all of it. Because look at what is going on in the world. It's quite a lot of fossil that needs to be taken away. And then you need all of them.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you very much, dear panel, for being part of it. I hope you enjoyed this conference and the show. And now we do a final official act, which is a photo that we are taking, okay?